Benjamina. I think it's been 3 weeks, and as you can see, there's this big, thick circles here, dark ones. Hi and welcome to another short little video. This is an experiment that I've been doing, and I just want to update you and show what's been going on. I didn't show the initial removal of all the roots from this Ficus Benjamina, but about 3 weeks ago I actually cut off everything, all the roots from this ficus, because the root base was really ugly. It has really thick bulbous roots, and I did not want to keep them if I would develop this as a bonsai. And even if it's not going to be maybe a perfect bonsai, I just wanted to try to remove all the roots on a pretty large tree to see if it could survive. So I'm just gonna remove, and when I removed all the roots, I put like a plastic shelter on top of it so it wouldn't lose any moisture from the leaves as it tried to recover and grow new roots. Since it didn't have any roots, it won't be able to take up any water for the leaves to transpire. But yeah, this is the result. It still looks very, very healthy, and it's been putting up some new growth on top, as you can see. All these the lighter green leaves, and I think I lost maybe 6 or 7 leaves turned yellow and yeah, fell off. But hopefully you can see, yeah, here. And this is just 3 weeks since I cut everything off, and there is a huge root. And yeah, it's really starting to come back, and there are 3 new ones, and there's a big one as well. So I basically cut everything off from here, and then I just buried it in this soil, which is not really pumice, but pretty much the same thing. So it's, yeah, got a lot of air in here, and the root seems to love it, and it's grown real well. And yeah, maybe in 1 more month, like maybe 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to open this up and start to develop a new root base for this tree. And then afterwards I can try to develop the tree itself, like the branches and everything. And I will try to show you and update that, and I think it will be quite interesting to see how the root base emerged from cutting everything off. Seems to be quite a few roots, so yeah. If you're interested, I will update this one. Cheers! Hi again. So now, a few weeks later, since I last showed this Ficus Benjamina, I think it's been 3 weeks, and as you can see, it's still growing very well, looking good, kept all the foliage, and last time it only had a few roots. This time you can see the container is pretty much full of roots everywhere. So I want to have a look at the root base and see if it has improved, and which roots to keep and which roots to cut away. And I've been drying it out for maybe a week and a half, so the soil is quite dry, and it will be easier to do the repotting. And hopefully I have a lot of good, beautiful roots, and I will try to save the best ones to make a new and good root base, since the old one was really bad, with only like 2 or 3 really thick roots going down, probably as thick as the stem, and it looked really ugly. So bad start for anybody. But yeah, I don't know if I can get the entire tree. It's not a big tree, but yeah, it's a start anyway, and I want to start developing the Nemari as soon as possible. So here we go. Let's have a look and see how the roots are. It's a lot bigger down here than it is here, so it's a little bit tricky to get it out. I'm just gonna have to keep pushing like this, and it will soon soften up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a lot of roots, and a few quite high up, higher than I was expecting. And further down, right here, is where I cut it. And ooh, nice. It seems that we have a lot of roots down here. Really thick, not that long roots or big roots, but it's really thick down here, which is nice. And then I can cut off these upper roots that won't really do much for the tree, or maybe even develop them as aerial roots. Could be a possibility, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, some of these roots coming from higher up is quite thick and long. So they could be really nice aerial roots, actually. But I'll have to think about that. Let me go and wash this up. And after I wash the roots, I will come back and see if we can have a closer look and maybe decide then. Okay, so I'm now back. I've cleaned up the roots, and this is what they look like. I'll have to say that this is a big success. Like before, you can see there's this big thick circles here, dark ones. These were two really big roots, and I think I had one over there as well, and those were the only roots pretty much going down 5 or 6 centimeters, and then nothing. And just look at all of these roots, and like they're emerging perfectly circular from all these points. So I'm really happy with the results. And I even got these roots up here that I could try to develop, and they would look like aerial roots if I kept them like closer to the stem. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. If you look here, you can see that out of this point, I will try to turn on the light. There. On this point here, you have maybe like 7 roots coming out from the edge here. And over on this side is the same thing. And over here, yeah, you have the same thing. So really happy with these results. And yeah, it looks like a quite wide and nice nebari down here. So the question is, do I keep these roots up here, or do I just cut everything off until this point down here where my root plane is going to be? Maybe I'll save these upper ones for now and decide later on. Maybe if you guys want to comment and have any tips or ideas how it will look. I have no idea actually, and this is my first Benjamina bonsai. So yeah, but I'm really happy with the results down here. and I will try to cut away unwanted roots like these that go straight down. That's not what I want, so I'll just remove them. And there's actually a little bit too many roots here going outwards, so yeah, like I couldn't have asked for better results, to be honest. And maybe remove these ones, since I have a root over there where the roots are coming out. So that will be the new root plane for that side. Then I have, do I have some? Yeah, I have some roots here that I can try to get in that corner right there where it's missing some. So yeah, quite impressive actually. And it only took like 2 weeks until I started seeing new roots, and I cut everything off. It had none roots at all. Now it's come back. It looks like it's been rotted a little bit underneath there, but hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, so really interesting. I will repot this one, maybe cut off these roots somewhat, like just keep them a little bit shorter, but otherwise I'm quite happy with the spread of them and everything. I won't have to do too much since they're so radial and coming out everywhere. That's, yeah, it's just amazing. Okay, I will repot it, and okay, so here I am back again, and it's been repotted. Let me just arrange, and there you can see an entire tree. It's looking quite good. It's not it's not really stable in the pot, so I used some, yeah, just some ceramic parts from another pot that broke during the winter, and yeah, tree look healthy and everything. And I planted it a little bit shallower in the pot, so the roots, I can try to get in closer and show you. The roots here, the aerial roots will show a little bit, but they will still keep developing underneath the soil, and maybe it'll look good, maybe it will look like shit. I don't know, to be honest, but I'll see. And you can always remove them later, and that will maybe also bring some character to the lower part of the stem. I don't think it will be too ugly, but yeah, I will let it develop over the summer in this little bit deeper pot, and then maybe next year I can put it in a proper bonsai pot, and I will keep developing the root base and update and show you how it will progress. But I really like to start, and so far, yeah, as I said many times, I'm happy with the result, and I think that the root base within a few years will look so much better than it did last time when I cut everything off. So yeah, I will keep you updated, and see you next time.